Hi, Cutie Pies. It's Lanickia, and I am coming to you with Season 5, Episode 4 of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Celebrations and Strange Explanations. And so we start off with Giselle and Grace at their this dance class, and I guess they're trying to. So Giselle's storyline is that her girls don't really care for she and Jamal being together. They love them as mommy and daddy, but as far as them being a couple again, they're not here for it. And so that's what really this storyline is about for her, as far as that. Now, because they didn't really do too much there. They just really just talked about that she likes them. She loves daddy. She loves mommy. But as a couple, she's not here for that. So then we see that, oh, and Giselle, she dances about like me. Like, I'm like, Giselle, like, we both need to continue to take dance lessons and everything, because you dance about like me, which is not well at all. Maybe the little show, when she said she could do the little shoulder thing, I was like, that is so me, because I can do the shoulder. If I have on heels, I can do a little two-step, but as far as like flat out dancing, no, not happening. Okay, so then we move on, and Karen is having a housewarming thing. And so she's getting it all together, doing, preparing for her invitation and everything. So that's that part right there, y'all. As much as that. So then we see Wendy and Robin meet up. So they meet up because they feel like they have a lot in common, right? Like the names of their children, and and I think someone went to the same college, and everything. So they feel like they have a lot in common. So they meet up to have drinks. Not to have. Well, they did have drinks because they had a margarita, but they meet up to have a play date with their kids, even though Robin's children are a little bit older. And so as they're talking and everything, getting to know each other, they start talking about the sippancy. And along with the sippancy, Wendy is like, she's coming into this and she loves Candace because when they're together, they have fun. It's all nice and copacetic. And so Robin says she feels like Candace was wrong, but they understand how, if you're Candace, you could feel how, ganged up on if all these people are coming at you. But it seems like Wendy backed off a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna see if I like Wendy, because as a friend, because what I didn't like is that she told Robin that what Candace said about all of the ladies. When Robin asked her, what did Candace have to say about us? As Wendy, as you're coming into this, being Candace's friend, you didn't have to say anything at all. You could just said, she told me, leave it. She'll leave me to form my own opinion. She could have said that, but she goes and tells Robin what Candace said, and I'm like, well, how good of friends are y'all, or whatever, for you to be, saying that. And so then, so when she tells her that, she goes ahead and tells Robin that Candace called Giselle a monster or whatever. And I just thought that was kind of shady. I don't know. Maybe everyone's different about how, because sometimes as a friend, even though you could say it, if you said it once, you should be able to say it twice. It's not even about being able to say it twice. It's that you're having a conversation with your friend and you don't expect them to go back to someone that you just talked about with them and tell them what you said, because that's your friend. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I didn't like that about Wendy, but she's new. I'm still trying to get to know her or whatever. I just know that I wasn't feeling that part of it. So then we go to Candace and Ashley meet up. And you see where the little boy came and sat between them and was like, I want to listen. Like, get out of here. That's like my nephew, but he doesn't want to listen. He just wants to be there. But so Candace and Ashley meet up, and Dean is so cute. And I'm like, Candace, he looks like Michael, but you can see Ashley coming through as well. So yeah, he's really cute to me. So they meet up, and Ashley just tells Candace, you were saying nasty things about me while I was in labor. And Candace says, we're not friends, so I didn't know at that time you were actually in labor. And I could see that. Just apologize and move on. I think just apologize and move on and let this go, and so y'all can be on your way. And that's exactly what she ends up doing. She apologizes to Ashley, and they kind of agreed to let what has been said be gone, and start fresh, start new. Um, from what they're doing. So then they get on the conversation of Monique, and Candace still feels like Monique is just mad at her. She quite doesn't understand why. She says in the time between Ashley's um, event, where her baby shower, and Monique's event, they had talked a few times, and Monique had never expressed how that she was upset about anything, or anything like that. So I don't know, y'all. It's just a mess. They need Monique and Ashley and Candace really just need to sit down and talk. But I do like that Candace and Ashley are coming to terms on something, so that they can be in scenes and everything together, and they can have a nice little relationship, or see how it goes. So as they're talking, then we get this they get some kind of message or a telegram or something on their phones, and it's from Karen. They talked about it, like, I thought it was cute. I don't know. It's something that I would probably do. I thought it was really cute way to say it. And they're like, why is Ray not in this video? Which was weird. It's a housewarming party. It's a house for both of y'all. Why is Ray not in the video? But Karen. So anyways, so then we pivot from Ashley and Candace. Because of the video, we go to Monique and Giselle. Oh Lord. So they're talking and everything, and Robin tells Giselle that Wendy told her that Candace called her a monster, and of course Giselle is like, what? Because I guess she and Candace were trying to have some kind of surface relationship or something. So Giselle was a little bit taken aback by that, and she was like, well, I can be a monster if she wants to see a monster or whatever. Oh, yeah, let's move on. So then we see that this episode really wasn't much. Like, it's always, like, these first few episodes, which is why I started not to do any reviews until about the 7th episode, because that's when it starts really getting good. But it wasn't really much, so this is going to be a short video. So then they talk about and then they start talking about Karen, and Robin talked about it with Wendy, and she also talked about it with Giselle. Like, why do you care whether or not Karen is intimate with her? Well, like, what does it matter? What she does in her bedroom does not affect you. I don't get it. So then Monique's husband and she talk. They have this conversation, and at the end of the day, what I feel like she was trying to tell him is, and I could understand her frustration, and a lot of women and some men as well, like, if you're the main person who always has to plan dates, if you're the one who always has to keep the romance alive and everything, you can understand her frustration. And what she was trying to tell him was that I don't want to be the only one. Like, she wants to be chased sometimes. She wants that you were chasing her before she had all these babies by you. Continue to chase her now that she's had them. Like, make her feel special and wanted. And that's all she was trying to tell him when she was saying all of that. But he thinks just because he pays the bills and everything that that's all he has to do, which is and that's why it's like, on one hand, I see where women say, I want to just be the housewife. I want to be a mom, and I just want to raise a family, because that is a hard job. And I don't care what anyone says, that is a hard job. But when you do that, sometimes if you get the wrong guy, he will feel like, well, I'm paying all of the bills and everything. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. But anyways, they're not on the same page about that. They need to get on the same page about this. So then Monique, okay, so then Candace and Chris go on this date, and they just talk about children. Then Karen is planning now Karen is planning the party, and it was just a scene where she's planning more of the party, and she talks about Ray a little bit too, and they're just not on the same page, because Karen is at the point of her life where she has raised her children, and they're out, and they're but she's still young enough where she can start a new business. She can do things. She's in the prime, she feels like, because she is in the prime of her life, because she's finally got her children out. So it's about her again, and things that she wants to do without having to worry about are the kids okay? Do I take care of this? Do I care? And I understand what she's saying, but Ray is in the part of his life where he's like, because he's older, he wants to go. She's like, he wants to go to Florida and settle down and just be retired, and she's not there yet. And it's solely because of that age difference. Like, I think if he was her age, he was still wanting to work and all of that at that age, but now, being in his 70s, her being in her 50s, the age difference is starting to come to play, which is sad, that it had to come to play in that later part of their lives. But it is because she's still wanting to be a mover and a shaker, and he's not. He's ready to throw, kick up his feet and sip a drink and just relax and enjoy a cigar and everything. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys. So Giselle talks to Cal, and I thought this was the best conversation for Giselle, because Cal really made her like he made you've been divorced 12 years. Grace is 14, but you've been divorced 12 years, or not to be together. I don't know what happened, but they haven't been together for that long. And I'm sure there's been, you've tried to make it work, it didn't work. You tried to do, the Jamal has been in the news. There's like a lot, even though they love him as dad, there's a lot of trust issues there with their dad. Like, just not being able, not knowing that, seeing the way he did their mom, and probably hearing the way he did their mom. Maybe she didn't tell them, but she's been on TV, and we know definitely that kids have social media, so they know the things he's done. And so because of that, there's like, he just tells her, you have to show them with love, and you have to show them the forgiveness through the love and forgiving that way, and just the time and that part of it, because you're not going to, just because it's mom and dad doesn't mean it's like, oh, okay, we're good, we're all good, because they know how he hurt you, and they're afraid that he's going to hurt you that way again. And so I think that was a great conversation for her to have with Cal, because it opened her eyes to maybe a little bit more of what her children are going through. So, okay, so now Karen has started her party. So Karen party starts, and Jamal is not there because he has to preach the next morning in Atlanta. And of course, they make a comment. Karen makes a comment like, just admit you don't want to bring him around, because you don't want to have to explain, everything. Listen, the same way I said, Karen, why do they all care if Karen's intimate, is the same way I feel like, why do y'all care if she's back with Jamal? If y'all are friends and that's what she chooses, support her and let it go. With past rumors and all that, let it go. Okay, so then the girls come to all start arriving, and they look really cute. I like the fact that Ashley wore a dress that she said was like one of the dresses she would have wore before she had the baby, just to feel good about, just to get back to herself and feel good about herself. So then we see Giselle and Ashley start talking, and Giselle tells Ashley what she heard, what she heard about her, from Robin, through Wendy, from Robin, who heard it from Wendy. So you see how rumors can start, but they didn't switch it up. But you see how it's because Giselle heard it from Robin, Robin heard it from Wendy, Wendy heard it from Candace. Now you see how rumors can get all mixed up and messy and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so she tells Ashley, and Ashley lets Giselle know, like, she and Candace are working on something. They just agreed to be cordial and to try to build on some type of friendship. But Giselle is not here for Candace right now. She's upset with her about what she heard that Candace said. So then we see Robin come with pizza, and then they did a flashback to when she went to their other house and she knocked on the door and she was the pizza man and everything. So that's what that is about. And then we see, so then Candace goes to Giselle. And I think Candace went to Giselle because she wanted to, because they had a little tiff the last time when they were eating the cake. And I think Candace wanted to go to Giselle just to talk, just to talk and make sure that they were on a good terms. But Giselle is not here for Candace. She tells her, I know what you said. And Candace said, I can't remember saying it, but if I said it, I have no problem saying it to you. Or what. she said it, and it is what it. And plus, Giselle is still upset about that whole make your kids live in a cabin. It's a tear down. Now on the outside, the cabin that what she living in doesn't look that great. Like we've seen better, but like it's nice on the inside. And I don't know. I don't live in it. I don't care. Like why do you care? I guess that's the whole point. Like why do you care? You're not living in it. So what does it why does it bother you? But anyways, so Giselle is just like, listen, this is how we're gonna be. I'm gonna be fake nice to you. You're gonna be fake nice to me. We're gonna be in the same company. We're gonna be on the same scenes, is what she pretty much was telling her. We're gonna kiki, ha ha, but it ain't deep. It ain't we won't have a deep friendship. Like, don't call me and tell me this is going on in your life because I won't care, and I'm not gonna call you and tell you this is going on in my life because you won't care. That's pretty much how Giselle put it. And Candace was like, that is not how she wanted that conversation to go. But it is what it is when you've been talking about somebody. And you need to have a talk with Wendy because she was messy for that. So then all the ladies are sitting down and talking, and they go more into their relationships and marriages. And Monique talks about how everything has changed, that she can understand that things have changed for Ray and Karen because just having children from being, married, newlyweds with no children to now having kids with Monique and her husband, their relationship has changed. So she can imagine that it's another change when the kids are up, grown, and out of the house and everything. And so, I don't know. I think everyone could relate to some part of it. Um, and I think everyone could relate to some part of it. So then we see Karen gets up and she leaves and she comes back and she's like in her Beyonce attire and everything, and she comes out and everybody's just like, oh, she looks cute. I liked it. They were like, she looks cute. They were laughing and everything. But so then what happens is she didn't come out with Ray. And so I think Karen wants to be with Ray still, and but she wants him like it feels like she wants him on the back burner, like maybe she had been, because she was focused on Ray. Like she wants to switch the positions where now he's just, you can go and you can enjoy your drink and your cigar and pick up your feet, but I'm gonna be over here doing me. But the love, I just want to know that the love is still there. So she comes out and Ray goes to bed. Like he dances with her a little bit, it's cute, but then he goes to bed because he don't want to party all night. And Robin, I don't know about Robin. I'm trying to keep an open mind about everyone this season, but she's kind of nasty sometimes, but I don't know. So, anyways, that was the episode. You guys tell me what you think, and I will see you next Sunday.